Friends, in this video lecture I'll be talking about Francis Bacon's essay of travel. Going by the name, it is already we can say exposed that this essay is going to be about travel. So all you guys who are wanderlust, who has got the tattoo of wanderlust, they can enjoy this travel and they can find so many things from Francis Bacon's essay, and some of the things which are obsolete might come handy to you. So in the first few lines, he's going to tell you what traveling does to you when you are old or when you are young. So when you are young, traveling is going to educate you because you haven't seen the world enough. Your mind hasn't grown much, and there are still things to be seen by you. So it is going to educate you. And if you are older, you have seen the world, you have seen do's and don'ts of everything, you have seen ups and downs of life, then traveling is going to be just a good experience or a bad experience, just or just an experience. So let's move ahead. I think the point is clear now. If you are young, you are going to get educated. If you are elder, you are going to get so much experience. Second thing, if you are going to an unknown country or a place whose native language is unknown to you, you do not have a single idea of the language of that place. So if you travel that place, you are going to have a much more difficulty. You are not going to travel that place because the time you are going to give to that place will be spent on learning the language, learning the basics of language. Otherwise, how are you going to communicate? So, and there is a solution to it. You can have a person who can be a tutor, a servant, or I would say a guide, who knows the language of that native place and knows all the streets of that place, and that person is going to tell you which person to meet, what places to visit. So you will have idea, and you can get a lot of things in just a minimum days, because life is very fast and you need most of the experiences in just a short period of time. So another thing, Francis Bacon goes forward. He said, keep a diary for the record if you have visited a place. Now, let me tell you, he was writing in the late 1500s. And in those days, there were no smartphones, no camera phones to record your adventure, and then you can put it on social media to get likes and comments. There were only diary. You are going to a place, you write it in a diary that you have visited this place is thousands of years old, and you can draw that picture, and you can talk about your own opinions that I really like this place resembles like my childhood fort, and the people here are so good, and their languages and their food, and you can, all the things you can write down in the diary. And when you come back, when you meet your friends, you can show that diary to them, that these are my notes from the places I have visited, and this is a proof. Now we have proof, our social media feed, that I have visited this place and I have eaten this food. So keeping a diary is very important because you are going to observe a lot of things. Either you are going on a sea voyage, or you are going on a travel. Either you are going to travel on the road. So there are things to be seen in a place that you are going to visit. So what you are going to visit, if you are moving to a city for a short duration of time, you are going to see some memorable places. So those are the places travelers should visit, such places as royal courts, law courts when they are in session, religious assemblies, churches, monasteries, monuments, ruins, colleges, libraries, storehouses of weapons and ammunitions, ships, ports, and other things of historical importance and of remarkable nature. So every good thing about a place, you are going to visit that. Then, suppose you are in a place, now you have reached your destination, you are going to visit a country, and you are already at the airport. What you are going to do? So there are some do's and don'ts for a traveler. First, you should have a guide. You should have a guide who is going to give you the knowledge of the place, and he is going to tell you everything about that place, and he is going to get your work done in just few days. Second is you have to know the language. Knowing the native language is going to benefit you a lot, because people are going to love you. You are from the another country, you are from the other place, and you are speaking their language. So it is going to be a respectful gesture, and people are going to talk to you, and they are going to help you. Because, for example, if someone visits to your place and he's from another country where your language has never been spoken, and he speaks to you in your language, in his tone, how sweet and cute this sounds. Yeah, and you have to know the language, you have to get a very good guide, tutor, and you have to have a book. Now we have that in our smartphone, in our Google, that tell me Google, what are the places to be visited in this place, for example in Delhi, in New York. So it is going to tell you a lot. But in his days, you have to have one book, atlas, or a book that describes that place in detail, and it gives you the map of that place. And then you have to have a diary, I've already told about. And there is another thing. Once you have reached the place, and there is a duration of 7 days, for example, and Francis Bacon says that if you are going to spend nights there, do not spend all your nights in just one place. You have to change your lodging space time to time, again and again, time and time, again and again, so that you will get to meet new people. And the whole point of traveling is to learn new things, meet new people, make new connections. So if you are changing cities, definitely do it. And if you are spending all 7 days or all 14 days in just one city, change the places of lodgings to get new people meet you. And one another thing that Francis Bacon is very adamant on telling you, that so many people do that. If you are visiting to a new country, new place, you try to find someone from your place so that you can spend time with him. And when you have people, when you are at home surrounded by your people, you do not spend time with them. You go to other places to find people like you, and you spend your time. So Francis Bacon averts it. He is telling you that you do not have to waste your traveling time in spending your time with the people of your own country. Try to spend people of that particular country, because that is going to teach you a lot. Refrain it, because it's a temptation to meet your person, your native place, person from your native place. Yeah, you are from my place. Wow, nice to see you. Where are you from? I am from that. And you are just wasting your time. Yes, you are making a new connection because that person is living in that country. But still, you want to learn as much new thing as much you can. Experience new things. So, another thing, you have to make acquaintances with prominent people. And if you want to learn new things in a short duration of time, so you need to find out the ambassadors, secretaries and servants of ambassadors from different countries. So in a single place, you will get to know things about every country, because ambassadors are from different countries. Every country has the ambassador of all the countries. So if you find the secretaries of ambassadors, you will learn new things. And you can get to meet some famous people also who are famous. Try to find the famous people whom you have heard about a lot, so that you can compare their real behavior with their fame. Yeah. For example, you like some famous movie star, and you get to meet him, and he treats you like you are nothing, and then you can compare his real behavior. But on the contrary, he could be very good, or she could be very good in person, and their real behavior could correspond to that. But if we are talking about the famous people, you must meet them. And there are some precautions to be kept. You have to take those precautions, because you do not want to get into some untoward actions in your traveling area. So you do not have to fall into quarrels. Avoid quarreling, avoid the fallouts, because you do not want to get into court cases. Yes, you are just going to observe the cases, not to be a part of them. And you have to avoid keeping away from the bad-tempered people, because they are going to pull you into their matters, and then it is going to spoil your your travel. And when you come back home, Francis Bacon says, you have to keep in touch with the people whom you met during your journey. Do not just hang up on them. And do not show off. Yes, you shouldn't just wear the new clothes that you bought from there and new gestures. There are people who go to city, and when they come back from city, they try to show off their style, that we are not from here, we have traveled that place. No, you have to be yourself. Does Francis Bacon say that you do not have to talk about your travel? Yes, you do have to. You have to share your experience, but only when you are asked about it. Do not just go on the road and say that, listen, I have visited that place. Look at the photographs. Look at my diary. And you just don't want to do that. Only tell your stories when you are asked. So be careful of that. And again, do not change your behavior. You have to keep in mind that you do not have to change completely. But whatever you have learned from that particular place that you have visited, that mountain area, that beach, or whatever city that is, you have liked some of the flowers of that place. So you have, flowers means the good things about which you can add into your life. So you can add some of the things into your life and make your life more evolved in a good way, but do not change it completely. So this is a short essay, and I hope you like this essay, and thank you so much for watching me, and thank you so much. I'll see you in the next video. Have a great day.